Surabaya Heroes Toastmasters Club meeting, our regular online meeting today, November 14th, 2020. As the president of Surabaya Heroes, club number 2928105, I open this meeting. All right, thank you everyone. Today we have a special theme, which is reminiscing the history. As you know that last November 10, we Indonesians celebrate and commemorate the Heroes Day to commemorate the Surabaya battle. And we took this theme reminiscing the history to remind us about the history. Even though they're saying that history is written by the winner, but I believe even though we're not a winner, we also can write our own history, something that we can learn in the future. Today, our word of the day is dauntless and will be explained furthermore by our grammarian later on. I see several new names here. Probably we can start with the short introduction from our guest first. We can start from our guest, our fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmaster Benny. Can you introduce your name? Can you
Hello.
introduce yourself first? Hi.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Greetings from District 51, Kuala Lumpur. I am a member of 3 clubs. I'm here on the invitation of Natali. First time in this club, but I see a lot of familiar faces. So thank you.
Dini, you're on mute.
Okay, thank you, Natali. Zeni. Zeni, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, hi everyone. Thank you, Dini. I am actually Toastmaster member from Empire Toastmaster, but I would like to try to come to the meeting that on weekend and not too late in the evening. So thanks Dini for inviting me, and hello everyone. Welcome to Toastmaster meeting.
Thank you, Zeni. Hopefully next time you can deliver your speech in our meeting. And also
Yes,
I
yes.
see, thank you. Anissa. Anissa, would you like to turn on your video, introduce yourself?
Wait. Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Anissa. This is the first time I'm joining to this club, and I hope I enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you a Toastmaster member, Anissa?
No, I'm not. I'm not member of Toastmaster. This is the
Oh,
first time
okay.
I'm joining.
Oh, hopefully you can enjoy our meeting and you can get something from our meeting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anissa. And also, Michelle. Michelle, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Michelle, and this is also my first time joining Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Later on, you can join our session, one of our session, which is table topic session. And also we have Vidya. Oh, I think Vidya is Vidya. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, Dini. Sorry, I couldn't
Hi.
open my webcam.
It's okay.
I'm Sari actually. I am a proud
Wow.
member of Denpasar Bahasa Toastmaster. Yeah, so hi everyone. You may heard that but Toastmaster in Bali now have a not yet chartered, but will be soon hopefully one of the Bahasa Toastmaster Bahasa with Bahasa Indonesia. So if everyone would like to visit us, we will be have a host a meeting on the next week's meeting. Thanks, Dini. Back to you.
Thank you, Sari. Sari is the winner of speech contest last time, right? In
Uh,
pidato speech
ya,
contest.
tabletop ya, pidato yang yang tidak dipersiapkan.
Pidato
Topik
yang tidak
spontan.
dipersiapkan. Yes. Or
Yeah.
we call it as table topic session.
You're right.
And I also would like to say hi to our friends, fellow Toastmasters, Robin from Mauritius. Thank you for joining us. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. Hello, Tom. My name is Robin, and I'm from Mauritius. I'm from Port Louis Toastmasters Club, and this is like I think my second time here. So it's good to be here again. Thank you. Back
Thank
to you.
you. Thank you, Robin. And we have several fellow Toastmasters from another club as well. From Phoenix Toastmaster, I see the president of Phoenix Toastmaster, Alvin, and also Gunawan, also from Phoenix, right? Yes. Oh, and also we have from Malang Toastmaster, we have Toastmaster Ode, and I haven't seen the president, Toastmaster Dini, another Dini. And also, I see that we have two Amelia also here. So today we will have double Amelia and also double Dini. Okay, pretty faces. I have two Amelia in the same screen. Oh, all right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. As you know, for the first comer, in our in every Toastmaster meeting, we have three sessions. Basically, we have three sessions, but today we will have another special session, which is edu session, that will be led by our one of the best speaker in Division G, distinguished Toastmaster Natali. And as I said before, we have three sessions. The first session will be prepared speech session. This is the session where all the members have the privilege to deliver their project. So they will do their project and will be evaluated later on. And then the second session will be the prepared speech session. So we welcome all the fellow Toastmasters and also guests. We encourage you to join this session because this session is the most challenging and exciting session in Toastmaster meeting. And also, the third session will be evaluation session. In Toastmasters, there is no teacher and we learn from our friends. So everyone will get chance to learn from our fellow Toastmasters. And for that session, will be led by one of the beautiful lady from Medan. She will lead the evaluation session, or we call as the general evaluator. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Angeline. Toastmaster Angeline, time is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmasters of the meeting, Toastmaster Dini. So hi everyone, as your general evaluator, my job is to basically observe and evaluate the whole meeting, starting from the preparation, the starting time, and the process of the meeting. And of course, today I will not be working alone. I have a super team that will help me out today. So let me introduce them to you. All right, so we have our first evaluation team, which is our timer. Our timer today is a member of Malang Toastmasters Club. And when I asked him who is his favorite Indonesian hero, he said because he is immersed in education, so he chose Ki Hajar Dewantara. And so let us welcome our timer with warm of applause, Toastmaster Ode. Toastmaster Ode, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone, very happy to be here, and as well having this vibe just encourage me to do more. As you have known that I am as a timer, I will give you records how the way you deliver the speech, and I will conduct it through my screen. You can see that whenever it comes to green light, which means you have reached your time, and probably you can stop it or you will just continue it. And when you have this amber light, you are in the middle of your speech, probably you can just still continue it, or you are in your safe zone, but get ready of closing your speech. While here in your red light, I will highly suggest you to get ready of closing it since you only have 30 seconds to close everything. Be mindful that do not exceed the time limit and do not be less than the time that you have been given. Okay, keep it up, everyone. I'm waiting for your positive vibes here. Spread out and chill out together.
Thank you very much, our timer, for being our time police and keep us on track of the time. So now let's move on to the next role taker, which is our grammarian. Our grammarian today is someone whom I personally think is very creative, he is very imaginative and very kind. He makes a lot of good stories and um, his favorite hero is one of one of the person who is behind the reason we got a fair education. And so he is again Ki Hajar Dewantara. So now Ki Hajar Dewantara got 2 votes. So let us welcome our grammarian for today, Toastmaster Gunawan. Toastmaster Gunawan, take it away.
Hi everyone. My name is Gunawan, and it's been quite some time since I joined any Toastmaster meeting. And I'm very grateful today that I got the chance to be your grammarian for this meeting. So the task of a grammarian is basically I'll be checking your language usage for the whole meeting, and also be the one who explain the word of the day for today's meeting. GE, is it okay if I share screen for a while?
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay, hold on one moment. Okay, can everyone see the Microsoft Word on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so the word of the day today is dauntless. It is an adjective. The definition basically means showing fearlessness and determination. Its usage is sentence something like this. Someone that is shy might find it difficult to be dauntless in the face of adversity, but everyone is willing to be brave to protect what they love. Variation of this word can include dauntlessly, which is adverb, or dauntlessness, which is noun. So I'll be giving the report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our grammarian, for explaining it to us dauntlessly. Okay, so do not forget to use the word of the day, everyone, especially for the table topic speaker. So now we are going to move on to our next role taker. And our next role taker will be our counter today. Our counter is a pharmacist who loves reading, and she is from Magical Bali Toastmasters Club. And her favorite hero is Raden Ajeng Kartini. She chose Raden Ajeng Kartini because she said she wanted to be a real and true princess just like her. So who is our counter? Let us welcome Toastmaster Amelia. Toastmaster Amelia, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Angeline. Today I will be your counter, so I will count the overused words such as and also filler word, elongated word, and also repeated word. I will giving the report at the end of the session. Thank you so much. Back to GE.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Amelia, for helping us with our filler words. And I think that should be all for our evaluation team. But then later, at the end of the sessions, we are going to have a voting through the Zoom polling that will be launched by Toastmaster Koirul. So later at the end, do not forget to vote for your favorite speakers. All right, so all of us, the evaluation team, will be back again at the third session. So see you again and good luck to all speakers. I'll give it back to Toastmasters of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, GE. Wow, great team for today. And without further ado, let's start our meeting. The first stop will be the prepared speech session. We have two speakers for today, and their speech, their speeches are very interesting. Our first speaker is our fellow Toastmasters from Bali. So, um, Toastmaster Ben will do his icebreaker project for the second pathways, I believe. And the pathways that he chose is also interesting, engaging humor. Hmm. Without further ado, before he start the speech, I would like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Amelia from Han Toastmaster. Toastmaster Amelia, time is yours.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Dini. Thank you, all GE and team, for giving me chance to evaluate Ben's project. So I will read his purpose of the project. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structures of a public speech. One more time, the purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structures of a public speech. Toastmaster Ben, a new chapter, Toastmaster Ben.
Before I begin, I would encourage all of you to unmute your microphones unless you have a lot of noise in the background. So go ahead and unmute.
Yay!
Hello, my name is Benjamin Paul Whitaker. I'm a son, a brother, a husband, a friend, a teacher, etc., etc. You guys get the point. I have many different titles, but one title that I've become more and more comfortable with is the title of Toastmaster. Over the last 2+ years, I've given an icebreaker, but I've heard countless of icebreakers. And in these speeches, I've been inspired, I've cried, I've been made to think, I've been made to question, and finally, I've been made to laugh. And to be completely honest with you, I prefer laughing much better. Giving a loud, stomach-rolling laugh where if you were drinking something, it would come out of your nose. Or if you were looking at a friend from across the room and simultaneously you both remembered the same inside joke and you started to uncontrollably break out in laughter and everyone around you started to look at you thinking that both of you guys were crazy and you must be on drugs. I love that feeling. And there are many different times in my life where laughter has allowed me to block out the negative moments in my life. For example, when I was a child, I got in trouble a lot, mostly because I talked too much. In this moment, I got kicked off the school bus, which meant I had to ride my bike to school. And one day I was racing home and I got hit by a truck crossing the intersection. I broke my arm trying to beat out a red light. And this was embarrassing, but not because I got hit by a truck, but when on the ambulance stretcher, I saw my school bus pass by me and all my classmates' eyes gazing down at my lifeless body. Remember, kids, look both ways before crossing the street. Now, when in high school, on a bet, I stole the security guard's golf carts when he wasn't looking. And then I continued to crash it into a teacher's car. Oops. There's 15 minutes of fame that I could not get back. Now, fast forward, when I was in the Army, while deployed in Iraq, we had mortars that landed and exploded about 100 meters from our location. And one of the soldiers ran for cover in the ammunition bunker. Okay, an ammunition bunker is where we keep our explosives. It's not the safest place to hide when bombs are falling from the sky. The dude was like, "We almost died." Yeah, I know, right? Cool. Now, or while on vacation in Cambodia, my buddy tried to buy weed from our taxi driver. After I told him countless of times, "Dude, it's a scam. Please don't stop. Don't do it. Please don't do it." He did anyways. And 15 minutes later, we were stuck in a dark alley paying off the Cambodian military and police. I shook my head and I said, the next drink is on you. And believe it or not, looking back at those moments, all of them, I find laughter in them. Winston Churchill said, I am prepared to meet my maker. Whether my maker is prepared for the great ordeal of meeting me is another matter. The humor has always given me an outlet to make sense of the world, even when I almost die or get arrested. Now, when thinking about my next pathway, I wanted to be able to continually challenge myself by going down a path where I can attempt to put a smile on people's faces, maybe inspire them, maybe bring them to tears, maybe get them to think and question about things in their life, all at the same time. So I hope I can do my part by making my Toastmasters community dauntlessly laugh when going through tough times. And remember, from there to here to there, funny things are everywhere. It's Dr. Seuss. Back to you, Tom.
Wow, very inspiring story. Ben, I like the quote from Winston Churchill before. I'm prepared to meet my maker. Interesting. And hopefully I can listen to another speech from you for the engaging humor. All right. Now, our second speaker is actually one of the best lady in Surabaya Heroes. She is the Vice President of Education and also a very cheerful woman. And evaluated by she will be evaluated by Toastmaster Alvin. And for reading the purpose of her project, please help me welcome Toastmaster Alvin.
Okay.
Toastmaster Alvin?
Yes. Thank you, Toastmasters of the meeting, Toastmasters Dini. So the second speaker is Toastmasters Lisa. With the purpose of the speech is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how she used nonverbal communication when delivering a speech. So without further ado, let's welcome the second speaker, Toastmaster Lisa, with the title To Fall in Love Once Again.
Have you fallen in love before? Well, from the way you smile, I could actually guess that most of us here have been in love before, right? Well, it might sound cliche, but when we are in love, everything looks so good, right? When we wake up in the early morning, it's another great day. And look at the sun. It shines so brightly. It's so beautiful. And every moment in our life feels so precious. We can't complain at all. But what happens if we fall out of love? When it happened to me, I didn't feel like get up from my bed at all. I just wanted to lay there for a whole day. And I kept complaining. The sun shines so brightly. It's so hot. It's like I'm living in hell. And every moment in my life feels so slow and boring, and most of the time difficult. That was exactly what I felt earlier during this pandemic. I was so out of love, not with my husband, but with life. I couldn't seem to love life at all. But I guess during this pandemic, it's really hard for everyone to fall in love with life. We can't go anywhere. Even if we can, we need to put on masks all the time, and always, of course, it will make us feel anxious and uncomfortable at the same time. Everything shifted to online. We need to face the screen all the time for the whole day, and it could be tiring sometimes. And we didn't even know when this pandemic will end. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was exactly why I felt that I was like jailed in my own life. So every morning I will wake up early and then prepare breakfast and do laundry, and also clean some parts of my house. It's just another day. Keep repeating, exhausting day again and again, even on weekends. Well, actually, it's slightly different on weekends because at least I got to watch an hour of Korean drama. But overall, I was like trapped in the 24-hour daily loop. Every activity, boring ones especially, become my routine. And of course, I kept running on circle. I was so sick to the point that I wanted to trade my life to other people's life, especially those protagonists in Korean drama. Well, without me realizing it, I kept complaining and comparing myself every single day. As a result, I was sleepless and I became depressed. But amidst my depression, I met someone amazing in my faculty in the university. Her name is Annie. She is a single mom with 3 kids, and every day she has to work really hard to feed her kids. And when she goes home, she needs to take care of her kids as well at the same time. And just like me, she has to attend lectures for 3 hours every evening. Not only that, she has to catch up with all endless assignments and exams. Can you feel how tiring her life is? Even listening to my story, it feels very tiring, right? Well, so one day I came to her and then I asked her, Kak, would you rather trade your life with someone else's? To my surprise, she actually replied me with laughter. Not that kind of stressful laughter, but really a happy laughter. Well, why would I? Life is wonderful. But you need to work and study and take care of your kids at the same time. And during this pandemic, it's really messy, isn't it? Life is just like hell on earth. And then she replied, well, it depends on how you look at it. If you look at it through your pessimistic perspective, I guess yes, life is hell. What Annie said that day lingered in my mind for a long time. I kept pondering, what if she was right? Was I the one who made my own life miserable? I felt really tortured with my daily routine, and finally I fell out of love with life. But it is definitely because of the lens of pessimism that I kept wearing daily. Ladies and gentlemen, Annie reminds me on how I should look at life. I should definitely ditch the lens of pessimism and once again look at life with my own eyes full of enthusiasm. And you know what? Once I decided to take off the lens, I started to see everything in totally different ways. Well, it's true that I still have to wake up early in the morning, but it's not a burden anymore for me. And instead of complaining, I started humming while preparing breakfast, and while cleaning my room and also doing my laundry. It's not as hard as it used to be. And I also started to view my job more positively. I just realized how amazing and how cheerful my students are. And I really enjoy every moment teaching them. I also started to think that I enjoyed the lesson that I always attend for my master's degree because I learn new things every single day, every day. Oh, apparently life is amazing. And I am falling in love once again. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you view your life? Is it with the lens of pessimism or with your bare eyes full of hope? Let's throw away the lens and once again fall in love. Because by the time we try to romanticize life wholeheartedly, we will realize that our lives are always more interesting than those in Korean dramas. If I can promise myself to live for joy, to cherish the small and the big, and to fully engage with the world around me, why can't you do the same? Because now it is your turn. Back to Tom.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lisa. Whoa. To fall in love once again, but with life. Great. Very inspiring. So, as you heard from our two speakers, both of them are reminiscing his or her story and took lesson from their life. Okay, thank you. Great speeches. Now we come to the second station. This is the most challenging, interesting, and fun session in every Toastmasters meeting. And today, this session will be led by another heroes. And as you know, for your information, our table topic master has his nickname, which is Hero. Please help me welcome our table topic master for today, Toastmaster Koirul. Time is
Thank you, Toastmaster Rini, for introducing me to the whole audience. All right, so am I visible? All right, because I'm viewing two screen at the moment, so pardon me. All right, so we've been to the prepared speech session, and now we are going to the table topic session. And today's topics is related to our theme today is reminiscing the history, reminiscing our past, any past events in our life, or probably in the history of our nations or our country. Now, I would like to encourage as many as possible audience here to join us in the table topic sessions. You can start type your name down at the chat below. All right, we can have one. We have one person here. Oh, it's the timer. Who else? Let's do with other people first. Anybody? Guest? Guest?
probably distinguished Toastmaster Benny.
Oh, okay. Toastmaster Benny. Would you like to join us in the table topic session?
Okay, can.
All right. So I have from 1 to 9 topics that you can pick. Which number that you like to pick?
Take number 1.
Number 1. A moment. All right. Okay, so your topic is, have you seen my screen? Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay, so your topic is stop ruminating the past. Stop ruminating the past, Toastmaster Benny, stop ruminating the past.
Stop ruminating the past. And that's precisely why we should stop. Because if we are going to be the heroes of the day, we need to move forward. And how do I move forward? I can think of using an example. You can only move forward if you know where you are at. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, can I introduce you to my pair of chopsticks? This is a Chinese chopstick, whereby at one end it is squared, at the other it is round. And the ancient Chinese believed that the sky is round and the earth is square. And for me, and every time I hold a chopstick in between the heaven and the earth, it tells me that where I am is that I'm between heaven and earth. And because I'm between heaven and earth, the only way is to go forward. Forward from the square to the rounded edge. And that's how it happens whenever I pick up food. I'm going forward. And so therefore, when we go forward and picking up food, we need to forget about the past and go forward, because whilst we are between heaven and earth, picking up food towards the heaven tells me that I can still be a hero for the day. Why? And they say that you can reach a man's heart through his stomach. And every time I pick up a grain of rice or meat into my mouth, certainly it meets the objective for me to move forward. Because whenever I fill my stomach with food, I fill my life with food. And my life is filled with food, I can do a lot of things. And once I'm filled, my heart is happy, my mind is released, I can move forward. And remembering that whilst I'm between heaven and earth, I just need to move forward towards heaven. Why not you? Forget about past, think of the food, think of the chopstick, and we are between heaven and earth.
Oh, all right. So I just heard that the philosophy behind Chinese chopstick is our life between heaven and earth. I just realized that. Okay. So I can see that. Thank you, Toastmaster Benny, for a great opening double topic session. And I can see that someone has registered themselves to be the next double topic speaker. I would like to invite Toastmaster Elias to join us here. Toastmaster
Hi,
Elias.
hi, heroes.
Hello.
Hi.
So, which number that do you like to pick?
Anything, pick it for me.
Oh, okay. A moment. All right. So, wait. Okay. Have you seen my screen?
Yes. Does history matter?
Okay. Does history matter? Does
Excuse me.
history matter?
What is the word of the day? So I can.
Dauntless?
Charmless.
Yes.
Oh.
So being courageous all the time, not afraid of anything.
Okay, can you stop so I can pin the timer?
Okay. So does history matter? Toastmaster Elias, does history matter?
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and fellow Toastmaster member, welcome to Heroes Meeting. This question is very interesting because it is asked about me, about us, about whatever happened in Surabaya. So in Surabaya, we know that Surabaya is the city of heroes. So if you know about the city of heroes, definitely it is matched with the question itself. Does history matter? The great nation is the one that really appreciate their heroes. And heroes only can exist in history. And yes, every one of us can become history maker for our own life. So if you don't believe at history and you don't really appreciate the history, you don't belong into this present moment. Because we should appreciate what our heroes has done for us, has provided to us, because they provide us this freedom. Can you imagine if you don't have this freedom? Maybe you are still doing nothing at the prison, or you are being someone else slaves, because we have been like colonized by the Netherlands. See, for 350 years. Can you imagine? That's part of the history. We cannot run away from it. We cannot regret it. We just move on. Yes, Indonesia is part of the history. We have celebrated our 74th of Indonesia years age. So you can imagine, if you don't really believe on history, what does necessary to them? And do you not appreciate this, our heroes? you don't belong into this country. Get out of Indonesia. Back to you, DDM.
Okay, the closing was very strong. If you don't believe in history, get out of this country. Okay, then. Now, when you mention about history, that we are part of history, my mind goes to that we are like, I'm thinking of that what someday in the future we are becoming like the relics of a museum for the next generation. That probably our things that we do today will be shown in the historical museum. Okay, now and moving on to the next table topic speaker, there is a request from someone to pick Toastmaster Angelica. So I would like to invite Toastmaster Angelica to come forward to our stage to join us in the table topic session.
All right.
Okay, so Toastmaster Angelica, which number would you like to pick? So from one to nine, number 1 and 3 is not available.
6.
Number 6. All right. A moment, please. Okay. Okay, so have you seen my screen? Okay. Teaching war history may lead to hatred toward others. Teaching war history may lead to hatred toward others. So it is a little bit related to what Toastmaster Elias said in his topic speech. So, Toastmaster Angelica, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so teaching war history may lead to hatred toward others. Toastmaster Angelica, teaching war history may lead to hatred toward others.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a bottle of water here. And if you can see it, there is only half of it. May I ask you, is it half empty or is it half full?
I don't care. I just drink it.
Okay, so whenever we see this half-filled bottle, we can either see it as half empty or half full. That is how we see the life. Sometimes the same thing might have a lot of different perspectives according to the people who look at it. So when I was asked this question, I think that the history was not all that bad at all, because it depends on how we look at the story. Because sometimes at one point, those history teaches us a lot of strategies. The fact is, there is even a book called The Art of War, which is, I believe it is quite famous, and we could learn a lot of strategies from it. But if we look at the hatred inside that book, then yeah, it might lead to hatred toward the others. So whenever we have some topic or we look at something, it's up to our choice whether we want to look at it from the good perspective or the bad perspective. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Angelica. Well, when after listening to your table topic session, I just remember what Toastmaster Lisa said, that it depends on our lens, which lenses that we are using in seeing things in our life, the negative one or the positive one. So anything has two different perspectives in life. So that's with the history, as you said earlier. All right, now for the next table topic speaker, I would like to call Toastmaster Robin. Toastmaster Robin, are you ready? Are you here?
Yep, I'm here. Bring it on.
Okay, so which number would you like to choose?
Number 5, please.
Number 5, okay. So it's quite short, so I think I don't need to share it. share my screen. Your topic is my hero. My hero, Toastmaster Robin, my hero.
Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to speak in front of you all in this Toastmaster meeting. Surabaya heroes. Well, who is my hero? Let me ask you first, who is your hero in your life? To me, I have a lot of heroes. Growing up, I had like superheroes. I had people I really admire a lot during my childhood. And this is what I've grown to really see life as, to look up to people. Growing up, I always had friends who are older than me. They were my heroes because I always learned something from them. I never had like friends who are around the same age as me growing up because my parents believed that you should always look up to someone who is older than you because you can learn from them. And secondly, the second type of heroes that I had are my parents, because my parents are the ones who always guide me to tell me what to do and what not to do. The superheroes you see in movies, in cartoons, they're always there to save you. Well, my parents are those kind of people. They always save the day. Whenever I fall, whenever I fail, they are always there to help me out. I don't know about you, but my parents are they are the savior to help me out in the times of my needs. And I want to tell you this, heroes are always there for you. No matter where you are, always look up to someone because you might not know. You can be that hero too. That hero who someone can look up to. Maybe in public speaking, maybe in their life to help them grow and become better and probably save the day. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Robin, for sharing who your hero is. All right. And yeah, I do agree with him that hero can be anyone, not just like in superhero movie. There's fantasy, but real life heroes can be anyone, can be anywhere, can be from our parents, friends, or anyone that we meet, probably strangers that we meet on the street. All right. So as requested here, Toastmaster Christy would like to challenge the table topic session. And once again, I would like to encourage you all to use our word of the day today, which is dauntless. So I would like to welcome Toastmaster Christy. Toastmaster Christy,
Yes.
which topic that you want to choose for your table topic session? So 1, 3, 6, and 5 is not available.
What about 6?
6 is not available. So
Mm,
except 1, 3, 6, and 5.
number 2.
Number 2, okay.
Yes.
And could you please start your video so that all of us can see you?
Sorry about video.
Okay. All right, no problem then. Okay. Share my screen. Okay.
There is no.
Wait, moment, sorry. Okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so your topic is studying history helps us to learn all glories and mistakes from the past. Studying history helps us to learn all glories and mistakes from the past. Toastmaster Christy?
agree with that quotation. Because what? Because from learn about our history, we can learn from our heroes previous in their life and what happened in their life uh, to fight and to get the freedom of our country. So sometimes if we learn uh, about our history, we can learn from the people that live at that time and from their fail, and we can change it into our future. For example, maybe it's about the history of my family. The history of my family, I know the past year, my parents couldn't get education properly in their life because their parents couldn't help us to continue their study. And my parents want us to get the proper education so their son, their daughter can live more happiness in our future. My parents learn from their parents' failed about the education and they applied it to our life nowadays, even though they have to hard work to continue to help us their student to continue our study. They never give up about it. Sometimes they learn about how to manage the money so they can provide it our study, especially maybe for about our book or maybe for our uh, something that we need in laboratorium, they learn about it. So everyone, don't forget to learn our life in the past or other people in the past, because from that we can learn something and we can change the something that's false in the past to make it better in the future. Love it, your history, everyone, and learn from it. Over to you, Toastmaster Hoirul. Actually, I forget the question.
Okay. But you managed to deliver a very elaborated speech related to our topic and related to our question. Well, when I heard your speech that you said that we should learn history, I remember a quote or statement that uh, a clever one is those who learn from their own mistake, but the wise one is those who learn from other people's mistakes. So we need to learn from others' mistakes if you want to be a wise man. All right. So I got another request to call someone else to join our table topic session today. I would like to call Toastmaster Michelle to join us. Toastmaster Michelle. Toastmaster Michelle, are you with us?
Can I
Hello.
just listen in this meeting?
Okay. Why not? Just join us. Just join us. Try it. Be dauntless. Be dauntless. All right.
Can I close my camera then?
All right then. All right. Okay. Okay. So which number that you like to choose?
Which number is available?
So we have 1 to 9, but 1, 3, 6, 5, 2, and yeah, it was not available. So we have 4, 7, 8, and 9.
7.
Number 7.
Yeah.
Okay. History is written by the winner. History is written by the winner. Master Michelle. History is written by the winner. History is written by the winner, Master Michelle.
For me, history is written by winner, but it also depends on people. Because, for example, in everyone life, of course, they have history, whether they tell it to others or they just keep it for themselves. But some history who was given by others and get known famous is the winner history. Everyone know their history because of their achievement or something that they said. And that's why they can be writing in the book of history. So for me personally, history is written by winner because it was shared by the others and it was remembered truthfully. And I'm sorry.
Carry on.
Winner or not, everyone have history. So I guess it depends by the people whether they want to tell their history. Maybe it's not to the whole wide world that it's their story, but at least some people will remember their story. So for me, history is written by winner. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Michelle, for taking the challenge to join us in our table topic session. Now it's the last speaker. I've got a message from the Tom. Okay, so the last speaker is Toastmaster Ode. He would like to challenge the table topic session today. Toastmaster Ode.
I am.
Okay, and so who is going to be the timer then? Anyone?
Or
Okay, I to be the timer.
Okay, all right, thank you. And so, because you are challenging us, I would like to give you a kind of challenging topic. Wait, so here's the topic for you. Past actions or decisions or statements that the current me is grateful or proud of. Past actions or decisions or statements that the current me or the current you is grateful or proud of. Toastmaster OD.
failures, mistakes, those things are the things that will always accompany us in our life. Do you agree with that? Or have you never haven't you made mistake before? Raise your hand if you never made mistake in your life. I bet nobody. Since all those things, oh Benny, you are raising your hand. Wow, it is very nice. But as we know that mistakes are the things that will make us grow. And I do agree with that one. Since lots of bad decisions in my past when I didn't continue my study perfectly. I was trying to drop out of my college, but still, my brothers, my parents pushed me finish it. So can you guess it? I finished my bachelor degree in 6 years. How proud I am. Since I finished my elementary study in 6 years and I finished that bachelor degree in 6 years. Sounds great, right? But still, from that mistake and decision I made, it shaped me up until now. I joined many organizations. I joined many communities at that time that makes me in this current life. I built up my leadership skills. I built up my communication skills, and oh my God, whenever I will come to another place, whenever I come to other areas, I just feel, I belong to this place. I will no longer feel shy as I was, since I have made the decision of joining many organizations, even with 6 years of college. But still, I can be proud of myself because my last decisions built me up in this current situation. Toastmasters.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Ode. So, well, I do agree with you that we live in our timeline and we don't live in other people's timelines. Maybe some people finish their study exactly on time. Some people might need take some time to finish it, but they build many precious experience throughout their journey in their study, just like what you did. You built your leadership skills, you build your mental to be ready to face any hardships in your life. All right, so that's the end of, and that marks the end of the table topic session today. And I would like to give the control back to our Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Dini.
Thank you, our table topic master, Toastmaster Koirul. It's very amazing with all the table topic speakers today. It really wow me. How come several speakers can grab anything to be their props? Whoa, great job. Now, before we come to the educational session, we will have 5 minutes break so you can refresh yourself, grab your drink or grab your book because after 5 minutes break, we will listen to distinguished Toastmaster Natalie, her story, not history, but her story. Okay, we will have 5 minutes break. You can go to the toilet, grab your snacks, and we will back after 5 minutes. For guests, if you have any question, if you want to ask question to all the members here, you are welcome to ask the question. If you want to know, but what is Toastmaster actually? Why all this couple of like an hour we just talking and talking? What is the point of talking in this meeting? You can ask us. Okay, 5 minutes timer.
Sure, I will time it.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. We can talk to each other, right?
Yes, of course. You can unmute
Awesome.
yourself and have a chat with others.
Okay.
Already.
Hello.
Very nice.
I can't wait for the educational
Oh,
session. I've been waiting for this.
yeah.
Well, you know, Natalie is the expert. She joins lots of contests before.
Yeah, I met her actually in Medan during district
Oh,
contest,
wow. Seems
and
like I feel grateful to be invited here.
yay!
Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome. Thank you for helping us as well.
Whoa, we already have. I will welcome my president. Hello, Dini.
Yeah, Toastmaster Dini already here.
Where
And I
is
also
Dini? Oh, okay.
uh, and I also would like to welcome our guest, Akila. Akila, hello.
Maybe she went to restroom.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, Lisa, it's been 1.5 years, since we last met in person.
Yes, time flies. It's crazy. It feels just like yesterday. Though.
By the way, Lisa was the table topic contestant in district last year?
Yeah, now that you reminded me, yes, I was a table topic contestant. Wow.
You know, last year I didn't even made it past my area for the table topics. So I'm like, I share this.
Well, table topic is really scary, right? I also feel really scared every time, and I think it's like purely by luck. I got past the area and the division. I was like, crap, I was trapped. I wanted international speech, but I ended up trapped in the table topic.
All the contestants for table topic were really amazing, right?
Yeah, amazing.
It's really scary,
Yeah, great.
especially if we got, become the first contestant.
Which you did, right? You were the first.
I actually forgot. Probably when I was in Kuching, I was the first contestant and I messed up on the stage because I was so nervous. But I guess in Medan last time I was not the first, but probably I was the second. I always got, the first or the second order for every speech. I don't know why.
You know what's funny? I always got the last one for evaluation, but it was 2015, 2016. I sounded like a fossil. It was like 4 years ago.
4 years ago. Wow.
I totally hated it because I went to 2 district conference and contests. I couldn't watch any other contestants because I was the last.
Yeah, that could be true as well. Yeah, the perks of being the first contestant is that when you sit down, you can actually watch everything.
True.
So 4 years ago, wow, you've been in contest for years, Natalie. I really can't wait for your session, really.
Waduh.
Kok waduh?
So prepare your questions, yeah. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, prepare your question for Natalie because we will have 10 minutes for question and answer session. Ask her many questions.
How do you beat Natalie in a contest?
That's a nice question, Ben. How to beat Natalie in a contest?
Okay, 30 seconds left for this.
You can type your question in the chat box.
Okay.
Oh, for your information that our meeting today is live on YouTube. I hold myself not to tell you in the beginning, or else all the table topic speaker will feel scared. So we live on YouTube. Thank you, Iro.
Time is over.
Thank you, timer. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully, you already feel fresh and prepare the questions for our speakers after this. All right. For those, for the guests, I would like to introduce our speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Natali. So, distinguished Toastmaster Natali joined Toastmaster for 7 years already, and she joined almost all the contests. She is the winner for the international speech contest in 2019 and also evaluation speech contest in 2015 and 2016. Can you imagine how expert she is with the contest? And also, she mentoring some contestants from Bali, like the last winner, like Prana, Chandra, and I believe also Bafesh. And yeah, she has the skill to be a great speaker. She'll enjoy speaking, mentoring, and learning personal development. So, are you ready to listen to our special speaker for today? Hopefully, I am excited as you to listen to our speaker. And for that, I would like you to unmute yourself and give her a big round of applause. Please help me welcome our speaker today, distinguished Toastmaster Natali Cahyadi.
Thank you, Dini. Thank you, everyone. Today, I'm going to share some of my experience in preparing for Toastmaster speech contest. The things that all contestants or soon-to-be contestants should know. Before I start with my presentation, let me ask you 3 questions. Who have competed in a speech contest before? You can raise your hands, or you can type W. Yes. Oh, I've seen quite a lot of hands coming in. My second question is, who have never competed in a contest before? Yep, I see some. And last question is, who want to compete in speech contest next year? Yes, I see some hands. So hopefully what I share for you today can be like a little bit of insights and a little bit of input to help you prepare your contest next year. Now,
Natali, sorry, your voice is too small.
oh, okay. Jack? Is it okay? Okay.
No, still a little bit too small.
A little bit, sorry.
Yeah,
Let me get my
Mike.
my earphone. While waiting for me to plug in the earphone, can you type in the chat box, why do you want to join a speech contest? Is it okay now? Awesome. All right. So this is what we're going to cover today. The agenda today is to find your why. And then second thing is we're going towards a little bit more technical. We're going to see the judging sheet and we can scrutinize from the judging sheet. And last but not least is Natali's secret. So if you tune in until the third part, you're going to know my secret. Now, I wanted to see the chat box. What are the things that people already written down? Okay. Whoa, okay. Lisa said to challenge myself. Ben said to beat my mentor. Me. Okay, bring it on, Ben. Christy said to win the contest. I love your attitude, Christy. Angeline said, it's scary, but it's for more experiences. Alvin, to know how much I have improved. Gunawan, to know my limit. And then Dini said to feel contest ambience. That's great. First thing first, a lot of people think that preparing for a contest is all about technique. It's all about the speech, writing a speech, practicing, but it's not just about the technique or the speech preparation. It's also about here, the mental preparation. Because in contest setting, it's a different ball game than a normal Toastmasters meeting. So you need to know clearly why you want to join a contest. Is it for the fame? Is it to challenge yourself, test your limit, to learn, to feel the contest ambience? Whatever your answer is, that is valid because that is for you. You need to understand your why. All of your answers before led me to this. I believe that all of you want to go out of your comfort zone. I believe that all of you want to reach that area where the magic happens. You want to see yourself grow as a person and as a speaker. Now, here's what I believe important when you know exactly why you want to join a contest. When your why is big enough, you will find your how. That's what Les Brown said. A lot of people think that, oh, Natali, I'm new in Toastmasters. Oh, I cannot do this. I'm still lacking in many ways. I'm still this, I'm still that.
you're accumulating excuses. But when your why is big enough, you will find your how. For example, this year I mentored Bafesh. Bafesh was quite a new member in Toastmasters. He only joined for, I think, 6 months when he competing in the club contest and area contest, and then he won to division and then to district. But because his why is big enough, because he told me right at the get-go, I want to win. Okay, so I'm gonna help you to win, but you need to put in the efforts. So your why will help you to find the how, and that how depends on the commitment that you want to make. You need to be committed and allocating time to practice, to learn, to visit other clubs and learn from many other people. You need to put in efforts to do self-learning, write speeches, listen to many other speakers. And then you also need, this is what I feel very important that many people don't have, or many people think they don't need it, is to find mentors or supportive club members who can help you to water your seeds, because I believe every one of you has the potential, has the seed. You need other people to help you water it and fertilize it. And this is the function of mentor club members, to give you feedback and to help you prepare for the contest. And last but not least, with this online environment, you may need to invest in certain equipment or certain setup. But this, again, it really depends on your goal. If you just want to experience the contest, or if you just want to test your limit, your commitment level might not be as high as someone who said, I want to win. So first of all, make sure what is your why and commit to your why. Now, next is going a little bit more technical. We're gonna scrutinize the judging sheet. So I prepared here the summary of the 3 contests that we're gonna have in our district, starting from the international speech on the left, and then table topics in the middle, and then speech evaluation on the right. If you can see in the first and second column, the international speech and table topics, there are actually overlapping judging points. The content is always 50 or 55%, and then the delivery always 30%, and language is 20 or 15%. Now you may ask me, Natalie, why should I know this? I'm not a judge, I'm just a contestant. Whether you're a contestant, or especially if you're a judge, or you're just an audience, knowing the scoring criteria will help you get some ideas about things that is considered important in the speech contest. So let's see, from the content, speech development. Now, people might think, oh, Natalie, this is too technical, I don't understand. That's why I'm gonna give you a very simple bite-sized understanding for each point that you can just stick it into your mind. So first one is speech development. What is speech development? Simply put, how you put your idea together, AKA structure. It needs to have an opening, a body, a conclusion. It needs to have a purpose, which is very important, whether the purpose is to entertain, to inspire, to inform, or to persuade. And not only the idea, not only the structure, not only the purpose, but it also needs to have supporting materials, maybe through stories, facts and figures, examples. All of these put together is the speech development. Effectiveness relates to the audience reaction. So if you're competing in a humorous speech session and your audience didn't laugh at all, that might be a tough one. So speech effectiveness is equal to putting yourself in audience shoes. Am I able to reach them out? Did my message transmitted to them? And in the table topic, if you see in the table topic, it has like more portion in the effectiveness. It's because in table topics, you cannot prepare for the question. So this part got a higher mark because you need to relate the answer to the question and need to answer it in a logical way. For example, when you say, I think this is the question for table topic last year. Love is never a weakness. And I remember the winner answer was, love is indeed a weakness, but he can elaborate with the clear reasons and examples from his own childhood. So that is how the effectiveness of the speech come from. Now back to the first one, speech value, ideas, logic, original thought. This one is related to your message. Do you have meaningful message that is your take or your originally you that people can take away? So the speech value is basically the message. Now for the delivery part, it's kind of similar for table topic and international speech. Physical is related to your appearance and the body language. In this online setting, the body language will be expression, gestures, and body position, like if you do this or this. And if you're standing, which for the contest, it will be expected for you to stand, it will also involve the body movement. Voice is the vocal variety and how your voice carry your speech, the clarity of your vocal quality. Vocal variety, pace, pitch, pause, and volume. Manner is more for the confidence and enthusiasm. So this is related to your enthusiastic self. And then appropriateness and correctness for both table topic and international speech is more related to your word choice and whether the word choices that you use can add value to your speech. For example, instead of saying, oh, it is a good speech, oh, your speech was brilliant because blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of like elevating your word choice. So it's not just like a common word choice, but something that is more memorable for people. The use of idiom, alliteration, and many other rhetorical devices fall into this category as well. And last but not least, the correctness of grammar and pronunciation. Why it is important to have like a proper grammar and pronunciation so people can focus on what was being said and not the mistake that was done by the speaker. Because that's how human brain work. They focus on something negative. You can change your lens, but human brain needs to be pre-programmed to make sure that you're wearing the positive lens all the time. Now, moving on to the evaluation sheet, analytical quality equals to identifying strength and weakness of the presentation. So you need to mention the good point or the praise, and you need to mention the recommendation or the improvement. And recommendation is specific and practical. Technique relate to delivery. You need to be sensitive to the needs of the speaker, yet also encouraging at the same time. And last but not least, this is what many speakers miss out for evaluation, is to have a summary of your points of improvement and points of praise at the end of your speech, because it actually worth 15 points. Now, all of this technique, Natalie, I want the secret. I want it now. So what is my secret? Practice, practice, practice. There is no magic pill, my friend. I've been here for, 6 years. I still haven't won district yet. But by keep practicing, we became better. So there is no shortcut. There is no magic pill. The only thing you need to do if you want to win, if you want to excel yourself, is practice. But what I can share with you today is my tips or on things that works for me, that on things that help me to prepare for each of the contests. So first is for international speech contests. Number one, make sure you have universal message. What does it mean to have a universal message? Your message or the core of your speech needs to be able to be accepted with people with wider audience. So whether it's male, female, different range of age group, Asian background, Caucasian background, African background, from different walks of life, your message should have a universal appeal. For example, the message can be about forgiveness. And this universal message, for me personally, I will always write it in one sentence. So for example, in my speech last year where I met Lisa in Medan, the message was, at the end of the day, only kindness matters. So that was my core message. And that core message needs to be related, needs to be able to be accepted with the audience no matter where you are. So number one, universal message. Number two, use your personal story. I've researched the top 3 winners of World Championship of Public Speaking from 2011 to 2017. There are 21 winners. Only 15 of them, sorry, not only, 15 of them used their own personal story, and only 1 of them used the story of other people. The rest used a combination of both. So you can see the importance of personal story in your speech because it makes it original and it makes it you. And statistics have supported that too. Last but not least is related with this online environment, know your screen. What does it mean by knowing your screen? Now we are confined with this screen. This is the only thing that people can see us, and it's different because you can't transmit energy, just like when you meet face to face. So you need to learn how to work your screen. For example, Natali, I'm always sitting down. I am sitting down right now, but I can still do a lot of things. I can move up, move back. I can show my hands closer to the camera. I can move a little bit. When I do dialogue, this is what I do instead of standing and personify, but I can still personifying the characters. I can do gestures like this as a sign pose, and I can make my facial expression as lively as I want to attract the audience attention. So a lot of things that you can do by knowing your screen. A good reference is our current World Championship of Public Speaker, Mike Carr. So you should see his speech and how he used his screen, because I remember this is what he does. And that really shook us up. Now, next tips is on speech evaluation contest. First and foremost, you need to have a balanced evaluation. What does it mean by balanced evaluation? If you offer 2 points of recommendation, offer also 2 points of praise. If you offer 3 points of recommendation, offer also 3 points of praise. Make sure it's balanced. Make sure that, related to the judging criteria, you identify the strength and weakness in a proportionate way. And then second one is go deeper than what you can see. A lot of people only evaluate on what they can see. Oh, your hand gesture is like this, your eye contact is like this, your vocal variety, or your body is too stiff. But go deeper. Try to evaluate the structure of the speech. Try to see and understand if the speech that was given can actually serve the purpose that the speaker is trying to aim. For example, for you, do you think that the speech was inspiring enough or entertaining enough or informative enough? If that's for research and presenting, does the speaker provide facts and figures? So go deeper than just what you can see and try to put your hands into the structure and something deeper that you cannot see, but you can only hear and understand. Now, last but not least is uplifting delivery. In evaluation, no matter how good your content is, if you deliver it in such a not so uplifting way, just like what Maya Angelou said, people may forget what you say, people may forget how you say it, but people will remember how you make them feel. If you can make them feel uplifted and inspired, then you are a successful evaluator. So make sure that in the way you do your delivery, your aim is to make the speaker feel uplifted, encouraged, and wants to progress and do more. And last but not least is my tips on table topic contest. First is just like Stephen Covey said, begin with the end in mind. This is the common problem that we all have with table topic. Oh my gosh, Natalie, the question. Suddenly I have too many ideas. Which one should I pick? Choose one and stick with it. Begin with the end in mind. Yesterday, I went to a club in Malaysia called Asam Toastmasters, and I got a table topic question. I want people to see me like I see my coffee. And I don't like coffee, I like tea. So I answered with the end in mind. So my end is, I want people to see me like how I see my tea, with full of love and interest and affection. So that's my end. And that's how I started to twist the question. And I said in the beginning, oh, if people look at me the way I look at coffee, I'll be in trouble because I'm not interested. So I want people to look at me the way I look at tea. So begin with the end in mind. Don't worry about whether this idea is good enough or not. Choose one and stick to it. Next, of course, use story. Story, see, there is a difference. In table topics, I said use story. In international speech, I wrote use personal story. So in table topic, you can use other people's experience. That is fine. You can use your personal experience as well, as long as you can justify the end that you had in mind. And last but not least, be original. Marilyn Monroe said, oh, I would rather be ridiculous than become boring. So in table topic, you need to be memorable for the judge to notice you. If you just, I'm just gonna be this and gonna be that. No, be bold, be dauntless, and be original. As my friend, distinguished Toastmaster Benny Chia said, you do you. So just be original like what you are. And that wraps my session. Now I would like to open for the floor for the question and answer before I summarize it at the end. Thank you everyone for your attention.
Thank you, TTM Natali. Now we come to the question and answer session. Why no one write something on the chat box? Oh, we have one from Angelica. How to measure effectiveness when it's, sorry, I cannot read.
Yes.
When it is virtual contests. Okay.
Yes, Angelica, thank you for your question. It's actually quite similar because effectiveness, it's hard when you just see audience reception. But what the judges can do to measure effectiveness is how they feel about the speech. Did they get the message that you're trying to say? Did they feel excited? Did they feel like, they're inspired or something? So the effectiveness here is mainly for the judges. You can't really see, this is the difference between offline and online right now. You can't really see by yourself, the reaction. So you can kind of like guess. And it's a little bit tough because you need to see at the camera right away and you can't really see the screen as well. So I think how to measure effectiveness is for the judges and how their reception of your speech.
Another question?
You're welcome.
Sometimes it's hard to think of universal message. So
where do you usually get the inspiration from? It's a cliche answer, but I get my inspiration from daily life, things that happen to me or happen to friends or people whom I met. So I used to ask myself these 3 questions. Did it make you think of something? Sorry, does it make you think of something? Does it make you feel something? And does it make you want to do something? So if you feel like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. One of my recent speeches was when I was traveling to the States and I met this lady, a Uber driver lady who happened to be a divorcee, but she shared her life story. And then I went to the train and I met with another divorcee lady and she shared her life story. And like you said, I can think of it as a bad omen. Oh my gosh, am I going to be a divorcee as well? Or I can see it with a positive lens because their life is actually teaching me a lesson on really find out what makes me happy. So that was it became a speech called Happiness Journey. So from your daily life, from people you met, from whatever that you encounter every day. It's not hard, but you just need to put on the lens of observational lens. Okay, next. From Angeline. Din, maybe I just read directly, yeah, so I can save time.
Okay.
Thank you. Angeline, is it better to come up with universal message first or the first story first? This depends on you. Sometimes I come up with the story first and then I get the message. Sometimes I get the message and then the story comes after. So I think it really depends on how you work, because I believe everyone is different. Our brain and the way we understand things are different and unique. So what works for you might not work for me. Find out what works for you. Okay, thanks. From Elios, what makes you can share a personal to others seems is something. Oh yeah, very good question, Elios. It's hard to be vulnerable. So my recommendation is share as much as you are able to share. So you don't really have to split open your chest and share, this is me. Just share for how far that you are willing to share. For example, if you can only share 60% of like the real thing, as long as it's still true of like it's your true story, and then that's like the limitation of what you are willing to share, then stick to it. I don't recommend people pushing their mentees or their friends to like really share everything if they're not ready. But if they're ready, then it's another story. It's another point. Gunawan, I feel awkward when being recorded on camera. How do you make yourself comfortable in front of camera? Well, Gunawan, back to Natali's secret recipe. Practice, practice, and practice. There's no other way except, familiarizing yourself. It's like going to the gym or doing yoga like me. The first class definitely most surely is painful. Second class, still painful. Third class, getting better. But after 1 month, you get used to it. So how do you make yourself comfortable in front of camera? Just practice and, familiarize yourself with your equipment. I think that's more important because the setup really affect us in the long run. Minimize the screen. All right. Any other question? Or did I miss anyone? Any other question? Speaking of originality, except storytelling, is there any kind of type? Yes. Alvin, thank you for your question. The originality part is sometimes hard to measure, but what I can share with you is what I knew from one of the contests that I was there as a contestant, and there are 3 people disqualified due to originality. Apparently, those 3 people quoted materials or jokes from internet that are more than what was allocated by Toastmasters International. So if I'm not mistaken, Toastmasters International allow up to 20%, correct me if I'm wrong, quoted material outside of your own story. So apparently this three speaker uses more internet stories or internet jokes in their speech. It was a humor speech contest, by the way. So the judges knew it, so they were disqualified. So except storytelling, is there any kind of type of speech that can give the originality feeling into it? I think first is storytelling is definitely number one. I don't think there's anything else, I guess, because originality is related to you as a speaker. Other people's story, if you put your own take on other people's story, that could be original too. Because we see one thing for example, we see World War II, but my take and your take are different. So that probably can add to the originality feeling of it. I hope that answers your question. From Benny, can the speaker shed tears on stage? Oh, the answer is yes and no. I asked some of my friends who were judges in speech contest, and they said, well, the speaker, sometimes we were so overcome with emotion while sharing our story. So, the tears are here. You can shed tears, but you need to compose yourself quickly. I think that is the key. It's not shedding tears to get people's pity or people's sympathy, but shedding tears just because you got so overwhelmed with your emotion, with your story, but then recover quickly so that you can continue your speech just like how you practice. And it's not part of your act of getting people's pity. And then how do you integrate humor to your speech? Is it okay to make ourselves look silly when delivering our speech? My good friend, a Toastmaster that is so funny, I won't mention his name. He told me that the safest type of humor that we can employ is self-depreciation humor, because essentially you're not offending anyone, you're just offending yourself. So that's like the safest path to go when you're not sure whether the quality of your joke is too much or not. It's okay to make yourself look silly, but it must serve a purpose. If it doesn't serve a purpose, then what's for? And then from Robin Chan, when you said have a better choice of word, all right. I think in terms of word choice, there are certain words that give vibes to certain things, like certain emotion. So for example, when you say but, however, it already sends off the vibe of like negative emotion, because whatever you say in the beginning, but there's going to be like the opposite of it. That's why in evaluation contests, we recommend people not to use the word but or however or other negative words, because it can contradict the encouraging feeling that you wanted to transfer to the speaker. So just in terms of the word choice, positive word choice that adds value, it's all related to like the technique, or from the old manual, it's project number 4, words. What I can recommend you is just make sure to avoid certain words that can give like a negative emotion to the audience. And from Dini, how long do you prepare your speech for the contest? Again, Dini, it depends on the purpose that you want to achieve, the why that you join the contest. If you just want to join for the fun of it or for experience, you can just prepare it, however long it needs for you to prepare it. But if you're gonna be there for the win, then definitely longer. I started preparing for next year already, for next year contest already. So it needs to be done properly, in my opinion. Okay. Benicia, how do you handle poor judging? Wow, I cannot answer this, Benny, because how can you know whether the judging is poor or not? Everyone has a different what do you call it? Different preference or consideration, and that's why we have a lot of judges. 10 minutes. Okay, last one. If you could choose 3 public speaking champion of the world, who will you pick as role model? Wow, good question. Let me think. I like Kwong Yu Yang. I like, what's his name? Oh gosh, I forgot his name. Oh yes, number one, I like Dananjaya. That's number one. And then number two, I like Kwong Yuyang. And then number three, I like Muhammad Katani. So those are my top three. And the red thread, or like the common thread that made me like them, are they're all storytellers and they spoke with sincerity and they're able to move the audience. So those are my answer. That's it. Last but not least, let me just recap to finish this session. So today's summary, I share with you three things. First, know your why, because your why determines your commitment. And second thing, judging sheets are your guidance. And third is I share a little bit of tips for each contest. But mind you, this is from me. So whether other judges are like this as well, I don't know. But this is just from me, from things that work for me. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Natalie, for great tips. True that some of the contestants that I know, they do not realize that the judging sheet can be their guidance. All right, uh, please unmute yourself and give a big round of applause to our speaker.
Well done, well done.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you very much. I hope next year, next contest, we will have lots of great speakers on the stage, and it will be very interesting contests. Okay, now we got everything already. Uh, Before we have the last session, which is evaluation session, can we take a picture first? Host, Toastmaster Koirul.
Yes, a moment. So
Okay.
everyone, please turn on your video.
You're on mute, Koiro.
Please make a pose. In 3, 2, 1. Yep. Okay, one more time. Maybe want to try different pose. Okay, in 3, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, done. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Koiro. All right. Now, before, oh, we will do the casting the ballot later on, after the evaluation, after the individual evaluation. That's okay? Ballot counter? Iro, is that okay? Okay, yeah. All right. Now we come to our last session, which is the evaluation session. Please help me welcome our GE to give her report. Toastmaster Angeline, time is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmasters of the meeting. So it comes to the third session where we can learn from each other. But before that, I would like to call the timer first for a brief timer report for the prepared speech session and also the table topic session. Timer, Toastmaster Ode, are you ready for a brief report? Toastmaster Ode, are you there? Toastmaster Ode? Okay.
Hello.
Yes, can you give a brief report for the timers report for the previous two sessions, table topic and prepared speech?
Okay. Thank you very nice, everyone. Like, I'm kind of very happy having here, and I will try. I always try to focus on being timer here. I I was so interested in hearing all your speeches. Like sometimes I feel in a good in your story, so I forgot how to time, and but still I focus on it. Take it easy. So here the thing, I will give you brief explanation of this one. As preparation speech, we have Ben Westaker with his 4 minute 29 seconds, which means he is available, and Lisa with 6 minutes 26, which means he is available. And in our table topic speech, we have Benny with 2 minutes 31 seconds. Oh my God, it's like, oh, why? Okay, which means it is quite uneligible. And we have Elios with 2 minutes 7 seconds, Angelica 1 minute 34, Robin with 2 minutes 18 seconds, Christy, we have 2 minutes 47 seconds. And we have Michelle with her 1 minute 30 seconds, and Ode with 2 minutes 12 seconds, which means we have two people here is not eligible. We have Benny and Christy. So sorry for that one. It is my report back to our general evaluator.
Okay, thank you very much, our timer, for the very detailed report. All right, now we'll move on to our first speech evaluator, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Ben. Let us call upon our first evaluator, Toastmaster Amelia from Hand Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Amelia, are you ready? Okay, Toastmaster Amelia, the floor is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes, clear and loud.
A day without laughter is a day wasted. Charlie Chaplin. Thank you, Toastmaster Ben, for reminding us the importance of laughter in our life. Your speech has inspired us to first to laugh more and also to put happiness in our people around us through our speech. The research said people who laugh more are better at dealing with stress. But sometimes people who cannot handle their stress also end up laughing alone without any reason. So there are three parts that I would like to give feedback about your speech following Natalie's session: the structures, content, and delivery. First, structures. Clearly say that you have good and clear structures. And I love the way you emphasize your conclusion. You give more time in your closing. I personally think that this is a very good way to have a speech. Closing and conclusion should have more emphasis or time or stress in our speech. Most people or most speakers, they put a lot of time in their opening, which is actually the message is in their closing. Second, in terms of content, I can see you put a clear message also. First, to have sense of humor in seeing life experiences, and also second, to take a new challenge. Your title of speech is new chapter, right? As a speaker, is to put more smiles face, inspire people through humor, through our speech. And you also use personal stories, which is like what Natalie said, it's really great tools in speech. The third, the delivery, you have a great ability to describe stories vividly, which is make you as an engaging speakers. Some minor suggestions to improve your speech. First, in terms of structures, my suggestion will be if you need your audience to do something before your speech, I would suggest probably you can SGE or evaluator to tell the audience so you can directly start your speech with something stronger, with a hit punch. And also, if you ask the audience to unmute their mic, I'm expected you to ask some questions or throwing some engaging things so the audience can also interact using their mic. That's the first in terms of structures. Second, content. I would like to suggest you to choosing one story instead of two or three stories. Just choose one story that really emphasize the meaning or emphasize the message. And also remember that in the humorous speech, a good story or a funny story always has a twist. So that kind of story that we need to use in humorous speech. And third, for the delivery, I will suggest to use more pauses and better pacing. Again, in humorous story, for me, this is my personal opinion, timing is super important because once you miss the timing and the audience didn't get your message, you lost the power of the humor, you lost the power of the story. So, and also things like a cultural stories, differences in way of understanding the life experiences that can also might be varied. So when you want to deliver a humor speech, the thing is you need to really understand the cultures of the audience, the people itself, how they can interpret the story that you will share. Again, a story with a twist, it's always the best story to have a powerful message in a humorous speech. And to close, for me, and I know for most people, humor is really challenging. And I think it's another higher level of speaking. But I saw something in you and I knew what it is. It is a potential of a great engaging speaker. So let's fill our life and life of others with laughter. As Mark Twain said, humor is mankind's greatest blessing. Back to you, GE.
Thank you very much, our first evaluator, for the very constructive evaluation. All right, so we are going to move on to our second evaluator who will evaluate Toastmaster Lisa Octavia. So let us welcome our second evaluator, Toastmaster Alvin. Toastmaster Alvin, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, our GE, Angeline. So Toastmasters Lisa has just done something really, really well, I think, because at first, when I read the title, it was really touching to fall in love once again. So I really want to know about the story. So not even the when the speech hasn't started yet, I already feel that I want to know about the speech. So the choice of this theme is really good, and then the story is really inspiring and has a very good pace. Now, because this project is focusing on effective body language, I will be more focused on it. First of all, you have a really good vocal variety and very clear voice, so we can exactly understand what I was talking about. And the about the first thing is about your facial expressions, right? You see, so the monotone face can quickly uh, communicate to our audience that you are lack of interest in your content, but you didn't do that because what I saw that you are full of your facial expression is really colorful. And I think for especially for Asian speakers, we need to exaggerate our facial expressions because we are usually taught from our parents to be assertive, that we need to be calm, to always calm. Therefore, if we see that Western speakers usually have a little bit wider kind of facial expressions variety than the Asians ones. So I think for the facial expressions, you did really well because it was colorful. And I think for all of us, maybe we can try to practice more because especially for Asian speakers. Now, move to the hand gestures. Now, the hand gesture is quite challenging because I saw a lot of hand gestures, yet I think it is overdue. Because I think personally, I always level the hand gestures into three levels, which is the first one is when you did nothing, which is very stiff. The second one is expressive, which is natural. And the third one, it is when you do too much, because I could usually call it too jazzy. So it is almost like dancing. So too much hand gestures is not really good because it can distract your audience when you're speaking. So audience like to focus on your hands instead of what you're saying. So it is quite opposite from the facial expressions when you can exaggerate. For the hand gesture, I think you shouldn't exaggerate too much. So use it more moderately. I know in online meetings, especially in display like this, we are facing too close to the display. Therefore, we usually use a lot of hand gesture around our face. So I think maybe next time you can actually try to move backwards a little bit, so we can see the chest to the stomach part. So you can actually use that. So this is the most optimum part that you can use your hands. I know there's going to be a challenge because the less clear of your audio. So anyway, overall, the conclusion is I really love your speech, and the delivery itself is really captivating, especially with all those the body gestures. And I think the way to see how to see that if your audience is really captivated by your speech or not is really easy, is to see that if they are playing with their phones or not. So if they're looking to you and they're not playing with their phones, it means that you really did great. So what I saw just now is nobody's playing any phone, so they are all focused on you, so you did a very good job. That's all. Thank you. Back to G.
Thank you very much, our second evaluator. It is a very comprehensive evaluation to our speaker. So now we are going to move on to our last but not least evaluator, our third evaluator who will evaluate our first evaluator on her evaluation project. So let us welcome our third evaluator with warm applause, Toastmaster Dini. Toastmaster Dini, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, GE. So impressive. That's the word that I would like to say to you, Toastmaster Samuel, because you deliver such an impressive evaluation speech. As much as important, just like prepared speech, you wrap your evaluation really beautiful, just like prepared speech. You have structured there, and then you have you have an eagle eye, because you are very sharp with your evaluation. So the three things that I like from your speech: first, because you open and then end your evaluation with such an impressive way. You use quotes, and then you also try to elaborate the quotes with the content of your evaluation, and that's very great idea. And then the second one is you didn't spend much time on the commendation, but you elaborate more on the recommendations, and I believe that this is something that the speaker needs more. And then the next one is I love how you have a balanced evaluation and a structured evaluation. You have opening, and then you also wrap up your body in such a beautiful way, and then you conclude your evaluation in impressive way, and then also with the quote that I love very much. And I believe that your evaluation will be more impactful and then insightful for the speaker next time, with three suggestions that I will give you. First, probably you can give example on what kind of hit punch that you talked about previously when you talk about the opening that band had. Probably you can give a hit punch that you might think of, okay, I think this is one of the alternative way to give the hit punch in the opening to make it more dramatic probably. And then the second one is the gestures. You have delivered sign gestures like 1, 2, 3, but I see that when you explain the rest of your evaluation, your hands are too low here. So I just only see the tip of your fingers like this. So I think this is not really effective. You can try to lift your hands up like this. So it will be on your shoulders level like this. So you can try to deliver your evaluation with such a solid hand gestures. And then this next one, when you are talking about pace, about of Ben's speech, probably you have to be more careful with your pace as well, because you talk very fast. And I have to like, okay, what Abel is saying, I have to really pay attention. But thank you, because you spoke really fast. I can really focus on you because I don't want to miss any details of your evaluation. But all in all, I love your evaluation, and then I hope that you can keep up good work and then try to apply the suggestions to your future evaluation speech. Way to go, Amel. Back to you, our GA.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dini, for the very on-point evaluation. So those are our speech evaluators today. And before I proceed to the other heroes, then I'm going to call upon the timer for the timer's report first. Toastmaster Ode.
So sorry for the noise since I am at cafe now. Am I audible?
Yes, you're loud and clear.
But yeah, but this is too noisy, right? So sorry for this noise. I will make it straightforward. Since we have this evaluation report by Amelia, we have 3 minutes and 35. Alvin with his 4 minutes 15, and Genie with his 3 minutes and 47. Hopefully you can enjoy it. So sorry for this noise. I will just pass it to general evaluator.
All right, thank you very much, our timer, Toastmaster Ode. So basically, there is no favorite evaluator, I guess, today because all of our evaluator went over time. All right, so thank you very much. And now we'll move on. We will move on to our other heroes that will present their report. Then I'm going to call upon our counter first to give the counter report. Toastmaster Amelia, are you ready?
Yes, thank you so much, Angeline.
Sorry,
Okay.
GE. GE, sorry. Can we have the ballot counter first?
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
okay. Thank you.
We're going to vote first by the Zoom polling that will be launched by Toastmaster Koirul. All right. Okay, so everyone can vote by choosing one name of the favorite prepared speech speaker. All right. Okay, we will have, I guess we will have another polling after this one for the table topic speaker as well. Okay. So has everyone voted for the prepared speech speaker, Toastmaster Koirul? Okay. All right, so now the next polling will be the table topic, the favorite table topic speaker. Okay, so you can choose one name for the favorite table topic speaker. Remember, every vote matters, so don't forget to choose one. All right. Okay, we still have 3 more people who have not voted yet. 2 more. Okay. Two more people who has not voted yet before we close the polling. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for everyone who has voted. So now we are going to call again our counter to give her report. Our counter, Toastmaster Amelia, are you ready now?
Yes, thanks, Angeline. I would like to give my report. First of all, I would like to congratulate Ode, Gunawan, Ben, Benicia, Robin, and our first timer Michelle in here because they have clear without or repeated word. And for the others, first as a Tom, Dini, two ums and one repeated word, which is now. Angeline, one Amelia from Hand Toastmaster, two Lisa, N as a repeated word. Alvin, three Koiru, five and so as a repeated word. Elios, one Angelica, one Christy, two and Dini Nuris as the evaluator, one Thank you so much. Back to Angelica.
Thank you very much, our counter, for the report. And now we will call upon our grammarian for his language evaluation. Toastmaster Gunawan, are you ready? Okay, Toastmaster Gunawan, the time and screen are yours.
Hello everyone, as promised, I'm going to share my grammarian report with all of you guys. Don't worry, I'll keep it brief and as simple as possible. May I share the screen?
Yes, sure.
Okay, the speakers today use quite a lot of very interesting and intriguing phrases. I'm a writer, so I like this kind of phrases, so don't mind me. Okay, so let's start with sentence structure. 20, which one is correct? 24 hours or 24 hour?
24 hours.
24 hours.
Actually, the correct one is 24 hour without the S because hour here is counted as unit and that means one. So we are talking about 1 unit of time, so 24 hour. That's why they write 24-hour convenience store, not 24 hours convenience store.
It's 24 hours with an S.
It's 24 hour if it's followed by object, like 24-hour convenience store.
They both work.
Yeah, it all depends.
24-hour notice, something along that line. That's used in what I heard before. So next one, very simple. I've always attended. And the next one, so chopstick versus chopsticks. So if you are referring to two of them, chopsticks, if only like one without the pair, it will be like chopstick without the S. The next one, it is ask about me, supposed to be it's asking about me or it's about me. And next one, someday in the future we are becoming. The better way to write it down supposed to be someday in the future we will or are going to become for future tense. Next one, which is I believe, supposed to be which I believe. And basically the rest is like classic errors, you know, present tense, past tense, SMR, can, could, singular, plural. And then parent versus parents. So this is also the same thing. When you are referring to only one, either mom or dad, it's parent. If both of them is parents. And next one, which one is correct? Hard work or work hard?
They both work. But it depends on how you use it.
Correct. It depends on the situation. Her hard work or I work hard. So one of them is noun, one of them is verb. So moving on to the vocabulary and pronunciation. Simultaneously, which basically means at the same time. It's used. This one is basically if you want to write at the same time but shorter. And the next one, someone say ponder, which means think about something carefully, especially before making a decision or reaching conclusion. And this one, ruminate, to think deeply of something. Okay, and hold on one moment. Oh, sorry. Okay, fell out of love. Simple, basically means to no longer feel romantic. This one, Dutch versus Netherlands. If you are talking about the people there, you'll be referring to Dutch. If you're talking the country, you're talking about Netherlands. Okay, next one, from their fail, supposed to be from their failure. And then this one, a lot of speakers have a problem with this. The sound of like thing. So the sound needs to be clearer. Next is when Miss Natali say a different ball game, that basically means a completely different situation. There's no magic pill, or the alternative, there's no magic bullet, which basically means there's no immediate or instant solution. And the usage, the speaker is available or supposed to be eligible to be voted. It's supposed to be eligible. And next one, the writing of humor. Have you noticed that there are two ways of writing? So both are correct, but they are just used in different part of the word. The one with you is used in England and the rest of the world. The humor without you is mostly used in American way of writing. And the most notable quote I got today is "Forget the past, move forward" from Mr. Benny. Okay, that's it for my report. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Thank you very much, our grammarian, for the very comprehensive language evaluation. I know you try to make it fast, but still it's very complete, and I'm sure all of us learned a lot today. And now, I guess it's my turn to give the report on the overall meeting. So today's meeting is exceptionally fun with lots of guests, and well done to all the speakers that have spoken dauntlessly, and plus especially today we have a very informative and engaging education session, and I think there are lots of key takeaways that we can learn from our edu speaker, Toastmaster Natali. So thank you very much. And today I noticed that the meeting room was open very early, 30 minutes before the meeting started. And the theme was also explained briefly before the meeting started. And the meeting started quite on time. However, I think we might end quite late. So I'm trying my best to speak as fast as I can. So, but then now, for all the role takers for the table topic master, the questions were all light and interesting with great slides. And also the table topic masters can conclude the speeches very well from the speakers. The Toastmasters of the meeting also welcome the speakers very warmly so that the speakers feel comfortable when they are speaking. And for the timer, counter, and grammarian, very well done on the very comprehensive report. And also I am sure that all of us learned a lot from our heroes today. All right, so if I could give some tips for today's meeting, I would like to give two tips. The first one is that when when the meeting was first opened, the first 30 minutes, I would suggest to turn on some music when nobody is speaking, so that it could help to handle the awkward situation. Also, if other alternative of not turning on the music is that maybe we can try to chit chat with some guests to ask how they are doing right now, and to just exchange, to just ask about how they are doing. And the second one is that I noticed that the agenda was sent to all of the role takers, and that is a very good point. And if I may add, it could also be sent to the chat room when the meeting started, so that the guests could also view the agenda before the meeting started. All right, but then overall, it was a very great meeting, splendid and insightful meeting with great speakers and amazing people. So thank you very much. That is all for the general evaluation, and I'm going to give it back to Toastmasters of the meeting.
Thank you, GE, and also your team for the hard work today. All right, without further ado, because we already stretched the time very long, I would like to call the ballot counter to give us the most awaited session, which is so many awaited session, uh, award session. Toastmaster Koiro, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Dini. So I would like to announce who the most favorite speaker for the prepared speech and also the table topic session. All right, first of all, before that, I would like to, as part of Surabaya Heroes, we would like to give appreciation to Toastmaster Natali for being the edu session speaker for today's meeting. So let me, okay, let me share my screen. Oh. So, and all right. So, and for the best, not the best, but for the most favorite table topic speaker, is Toastmaster Robin Chan. Congratulations, Toastmaster Robin Chan. You are the most favorite table talk speaker. You win the vote by quite a huge margin. All right. Congratulations to you. And the last for the most favorite prepared speech uh, is goes to Toastmaster Lisa Octavia. Congratulations to you. And congratulations to all of you all. You've been toneless. You've been challenging yourself to deliver your speech in today's meeting. Thank you. Back to Tom.
Thank you, Toastmaster Koiro, and congratulations to all the winners. And also, once again, I would like to say thank you to distinguished Toastmaster Natalie for a great insight. So we can prepare ourselves to to join the contest later on. All right. I would like to say thank you to all of you who already helped us, all the role takers, all the fellow Toastmasters from Bali, from Malang, and from Medan also, from Surabaya as well, for joining us, help us in our meeting today. Thank you, everyone. And for that, as the president of Surabaya Heroes Toastmaster Club, club number 2928105, I will close the meeting and the meeting officially adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for
everyone.
Thank you.
coming.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you,
I'm
Toastmaster
leaving for
Benny.
school.
Thank you,
Yes, yes.
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Natalie.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Hope we
Bye.
see you
Bye-bye.
next time. Thank you,
Have a good
See you next
everyone.
meeting.
Have a great
happy
weekend,
weekend.
everybody.
You too.
Thank
Have a
you.
good
Thank you,
weekend.
everyone.